Right. We're going to use another constructor this time. So let me create an array, right? Of bytes. So we can say byte. So this is the constructor that we're going to use. String bytes first. So an array of bytes. So to create an array, pretty much just use the square brackets and equals to the name of the array. And you can use curly braces to start to give the values to your array. At this point, just follow the syntax, right? We're going to learn more on array later, but this is just when you create a group of data, you can just use the square brackets. Sorry, I didn't save that. Byte, that's the type and the name. I want to create an array, so put square brackets, right? Equals to, just give the values to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for now. So I create an array of bytes. So next step, I want to use a constructor string by word. New string. But I want to create from byte list. So create new string from byte list, which is an array. And let's print to see what do we get out. So byte word. Let's concatenate this so we see the values. Recompiling this, rerun it. So those are the values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a byte which represent a characters, right? So let's look at what is the ASCII code first for 1. ASCII table. So if it's ASCII, it's pretty much just going to show null for 1. No, start, right? Heading, start the text, and so on. So how about if you look at char set, right? If I pass in this type of char set, so let me pick caps A 65. So let's use that too. So go back to Vim. BI, right? So this time I want to look at ASCII table, and I try to use the char sets use the third one, the third constructor, pass the charset type. If I didn't put the charset, it's going to return, the previous one returned the default charset, platform default charset. So if you click more, it's pretty much explain you here. The behavior of this constructor when the given bytes are not valid in the default charset is unspecified. So this is using the default charset. The charset decoder class should be used when more control over the decoding process is required. So one of the charsets being selected and used, that's pretty much what it is by default. So that's why we see those symbols showing up. But this time I want to try a third constructor here. The third constructor requires to pass in an array as first parameter and pass in the charset as the second parameter, right? So, and when I click charset is pretty much another class by itself. Okay, so like this is standard charset. I can deal with ASCII or any other format, right? And this is a class. They also have its own constructor. Charset. You can pretty much initialize new charset using this. And those are the methods. That's why first thing that you want to learn normally is learn how to use scanner method, right? Scanner constructor. And now we start to look at string. Like I said, this is a starting point that you're going to learn more and more and more and more. So that's why this is what you need to understand: how to use a class, how to use a constructor, and how to use the methods. Okay. So we're going to test with two parameters, right? Charset and bytes constructor, and we're going to test to see if we can see calculate A from 65 actually decimal. So I'm going to insert like 65, 66 too, and that's the set of the bytes that pass in. Now this has to be charset. So in this case, we use two parameters here, right? With the byte list, the first parameter that we pass here, string constructor, byte list, comma, and charset is a class, so we need to use the method of that class for the charset name, right? So charset name, we have different charset name if you click on here. So these are the charset names standard, like ASCII, US ASCII, ISO for international standard, right? UTF for Unicode, 8-bit, 16. Okay. So we have big endian and little endian. This is to support either Unix or Windows. They have different design. So that's what it is that we just test with ISO standard at in 6566. But make sure since you use charset class, you need to import. Like charset already tell you what package to import. java.nio.charset. Class name itself. And use the method for name. Method for name pretty much in this class. If you scroll down to the method summary, it's pretty much just going to tell you what is the charset name right there that you have to pass in, which I picked that standard ISO 8859-1. and then we just print it out. So let's try to recompile and run this again. So now we see it start to do the ISO convert 45A 46B out, right? So this is some of the few, few of many, I would say, constructor that I shown you. But you have an idea now. You can just go back and test to learn by yourself the rest. I already show you how to do this one already, string with a name, which that's pretty much just literally put the hello word in there with this one, hello. So that's the fourth constructor that I've shown you. They also have string buffer class. Like before string class, they actually use string buffer, which we cover in 201. You see that in 201. Alright. Now, another part of string Java doc, we look at the method summary. The method pretty much is going to show like dot, right? Use dot operators, get the method to return a characters at the index. And I show you like index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can specify exact index besides using substring. Code point at and so on. Let me show you the char at real quick. So if I do system.out.print, and let's look at the new word, right, which is hello. Then I should have a method char at because that's a string. And if I want to return a letter E, so it should be index 1. Char at index 1 because H is 0, E is 1. So now let's write and quit, recompile this, and so I forget to closing the bracket. So go back and insert the bracket, recompiled. So we have letter E out at the bottom right there. So that's how you use char at. Same, you can try to maybe pick one of this. There are a lot of them, which I will classify. That's the point is try to use it. I can make it to lowercase to uppercase. Like if I want to convert the whole thing to uppercase, so let's go to VI and say if I want to do new word dot to uppercase, so it should print uppercase of hello for me, all in uppercase. Right there. Right, so trim pretty much just trim the spaces at the end out. Sometimes when you have the J option pane, people may say tennis space space enter. It still record as 2 spaces. We actually don't want that. We can trim it when we want to evaluate it, like username, password, and something like that. We just trim the spaces out. So there are a lot of them that you need to practice on this class exercise. Like I showed you char at, I showed you to uppercase. So this pretty much just write an application like I showed you using StringClass and display the output of each method out, which you can pick any constructor and play around with that. I'm not requiring you to do anything. Alright.